The Honor 400 Pro is here, and it's the brand's latest premium mid-range offering, finally equipped with the flagship chipset, the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. You know what's another device that's powered by the 8 Gen 3 while under 30k pesos? Well, that's the POCO F7 Pro. Even though they share the same powerful chip, they're surely different in a lot of ways. And with those key differences, which one would be the better pick? Let's dive into the details and find out in this comparison review. I'm your host CJ. Let's jump right into the video. Starting with how these two phones look, they both surely have their own sleek, distinctive styles. The Honor 400 Pro that we got was a gray color, and it goes for a more minimalist vibe with a matte back. You see the trapezoidal camera island at the upper left corner housing 3 cameras, and the phone has a curved body. The back panel curves on the side, and the metal frame itself is curved all around, providing a slightly more comfortable grip. Meanwhile, on the POCO F7 Pro, there's a bit more design cues happening at the back. We have the black variant, sporting a two-tone finish with the upper half being glossy, while the bottom part is matte to the touch. Taking a closer look, you'll notice some design patterns splashed around the camera island, which comes in a circular slab housing just 2 cameras, despite giving the impression that it has 3. The F7 Pro has a flat edge aesthetic, also accompanied by a flat metal frame, which, I know, some of you may prefer rather than a curved one. Notably though, both phones have similar sizes, measuring just about 8.1 millimeters, and both are lightweight as well, weighing more or less 206 grams. For added protection, the Honor 400 Pro has both an IP68 and 69 ratings for dust and water resistance. The F7 Pro still has a solid IP68 rating though, so design-wise, I'm leaning towards the Honor 400 Pro's aesthetic as it looks sleeker, more polished, and offers better ergonomics, at least in my opinion. The POCO F7 Pro does give a higher sense of premium because of that flat edge design. However, its overall aesthetic doesn't speak to me that much. I mean, just look at them, side by side. At the end of the day, design is subjective, and with each model having no significant advantage over the other, then it's just fair to give them both a point this round. Moving over to display, we see quite a difference here. The Honor 400 Pro, of course, comes with a quad curved screen using a 6.7-inch Full HD AMOLED panel. It runs at a smooth 120Hz refresh rate and has an HDR peak brightness of 5000 nits. As for the POCO F7 Pro, it features a tad bit smaller 6.67-inch AMOLED screen but has a higher resolution of wide quad HD+, so the visuals are a lot sharper on this one. It also runs at 120Hz and offers 3200 nits of peak brightness. Another key difference to see here is the notch. While the POCO F7 Pro comes with the usual punch hole notch, the Honor 400 Pro comes with a pill-shaped notch, and it's not just for aesthetics as it actually houses 2 camera sensors. Talking about the visuals, both phones deliver a satisfying experience. The colors are nice and vivid with sharp details, especially for the F7 Pro, and you get true deeper blacks for both devices. Their bezels are relatively thin, and the Honor 400 Pro even gives the illusion that it has a much thinner bezel thanks to its curved display. Although they're not quite uniform as the chin is a bit thicker for both models. When it comes to audio, they both feature dual stereo speakers, offering a nice soundstage for both models. There's an optimal balance between the highs and mids, and the lows pack a decent punch. They're not quite on par with the flagships, but the audio experience should be more than good enough for your entertainment needs. Interestingly, in biometric security, only the F7 Pro offers an ultrasonic on-the-display fingerprint sensor, which makes the unlocking experience slightly faster, at least on paper. The Honor 400 Pro is left with an optical fingerprint sensor. For the actual experience though, both phones can swiftly recognize my thumb without much delay. Again, subjectivity comes into play whether you'd like curved or flat screens. It's up to you. Personally, I still prefer it flat, so I'm on POCO's side for this one. On top of that is its sharper screen resolution and the use of an advanced ultrasonic fingerprint sensor. Thus, I'm giving the point to the F7 Pro this round. As mentioned earlier, powering both phones is last year's flagship chip, the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. That said, we can expect both phones to perform on the same level as the high-end flagship phones out there, at least in terms of processing power. Taking a look at our benchmark results, we can see that the gaps in numbers aren't that far as both phones were able to get impressive scores. When it comes to the Antutu storage though, the POCO F7 Pro achieved better results since it's running the faster UFS 4.1 storage technology. Meanwhile, the Honor 400 Pro, while still decently fast, has the older UFS 3.1 tech. Setting numbers aside, both phones still feel equally smooth. There's no hassle in navigation, all apps run well with super fast app loading times, and you can play pretty much any game with these two. Casual mobile games ran flawlessly, and graphically demanding titles ran really well for both devices. So performance-wise, there's not much to compare about since the two feature the same chipset, so I'm giving this round a tie. In the camera department, this is where the Honor 400 Pro really pops off. It boasts a triple-rear camera setup consisting of a 200-megapixel main shooter with OIS, a 50-megapixel telephoto, also with OIS, and a 12-megapixel ultra-wide. For selfies, it gets a 50-megapixel front camera along with a 2-megapixel bokeh sensor, which explains the pill-shaped notch. In contrast, the POCO F7 Pro features a dual camera setup led by a 50-megapixel main shooter with OIS and an 8-megapixel ultra-wide lens. Up front, it has a 20-megapixel selfie shooter. On paper alone, the Honor 400 Pro definitely has the advantage, especially with the amount of flexibility it offers. While we say that the higher megapixel count doesn't translate to better image quality, the Honor 400 Pro just takes much better pictures across the board. This means sharper detail, a more accurate color reproduction, and good dynamic range. The POCO F7 Pro doesn't skimp on quality either, especially with its main camera. But when it comes to ultra-wide and zoom shots, the image quality starts to degrade mainly because it's missing a telephoto lens. We're also getting better selfies out of the Honor 400 Pro in most cases. As for videos, both phones do quite well. The detail and colors are on point with ample amount of dynamic range and stabilization. However, as you'd expect, the detail is far better when shooting at longer zoom ranges. But be the judge of the quality yourself with more sample shots right here. On the subject of camera performance, the Honor 400 Pro is the clear winner here, offering a more flexible camera setup and overall better image capabilities. Battery-wise, both phones pack a 6000 mAh unit, and based on our actual experience, these two can last pretty long throughout the day on typical use. Just check out our PC Mark battery life results here. This great battery is complemented with blazing fast charging technologies. The POCO F7 Pro gets a 120-watt charging, while the Honor 400 Pro provides a 100-watt charging speed, which is pretty darn fast if you ask me. However, only the latter has wireless charging, and that's a huge advantage already. It's also fast, rated at 50 watts, and it even supports reverse wireless charging. Sadly, there's no bypass charging for both models, so there's that. In the battery and charging segment, I'm giving the point to the Honor 400 Pro mainly because it supports wireless charging that's fast. On the software side, both phones run Android 15 out of the box, albeit with different Android skins. The Honor 400 Pro gets Magic OS 9, and the POCO F7 Pro gets Xiaomi HyperOS 2. Both software have come a long way, and are now pretty much solid in terms of features, UI design, and even user experience. I really liked all the aesthetic blur effects on the system level, the animations are so good and snappy, and the UI design is sleek. But perhaps the major advantage of the Honor 400 Pro is its longevity. Honor promises up to 6 years of software support, including both major OS upgrades and security. That's almost close to Google's or Samsung's promise of up to 7 years support. Meanwhile, the POCO F7 Pro still has a decent upgrade pledge for 4 major OS upgrades and 6 years of security patches. Connectivity-wise, both have all the essentials, including 5G, NFC, Wi-Fi 7, and even IR Blaster. Another advantage of the Honor 400 Pro is the addition of eSIM support, which is really convenient if you travel a lot. Therefore, Honor takes the point yet again this round. Now, we've finally come to the last part of this video. Let's talk about the price. The POCO F7 Pro starts at 27,999 pesos and 29,999 pesos for the 256 and 512GB variants respectively. As of making this video, however, Honor has yet to announce the pricing, but if they follow the same pricing as last year, then we could expect the price to go more or less than 29,999 pesos. When it comes down to choosing which one to get, particularly in this price range, then the Honor 400 Pro is highly recommended between the two. It takes the win by bringing more flexibility in camera performance, the inclusion of wireless charging and eSIM support, and not to mention a sleeker, more ergonomic design. The POCO F7 Pro still stands its ground with a capable camera performance and a better display, though it lacks some of the features like a telephoto lens and the wireless charging that would otherwise make it a more compelling choice. I would only recommend the Xiaomi F7 Pro if if you're already embedded in the Xiaomi ecosystem, as it offers solid software integration with other Xiaomi devices. If you're a current Xiaomi user, it's a worthwhile choice. But for others, the Honor 400 Pro offers better value for money. Ultimately though, the choice is still yours. So what do you think of this comparison between the Honor 400 Pro versus the POCO F7 Pro? Are you Team Honor or Team POCO, at least in this comparison? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. If you find this video helpful or informative, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to hit that bell icon so you won't miss out on any of our future uploads. Follow us on the socials, that's Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok, and check out picotech.com for the latest tech news and reviews. Once again, this has been CJ, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye! See you later!